Hi, I'm Brandon Sortman, here live at the Carolina Ruggerfest in Matthews, North Carolina at Matthews Sportsplex. I'm here with Johnny McWilliam, head coach of the Raleigh Rugby High School Rattlesnakes. Johnny, please tell us a little bit about the Raleigh Rattlesnakes.
One of the things that I've discovered today, which I didn't realize, is that we are the oldest youth program in North Carolina. I actually didn't realize that until today. We started our youth program in 2007 when Frank Milchuk, who is now the head coach of the men's team, the Vipers, was the head coach of the Rattlesnakes. Since that time, we have grown to having about 8 youth teams. We've got the Rattlesnakes boys, the Cobras girls, our high school teams, middle school teams, boys and girls, elementary school teams, boys and girls, and we also have kindergartners, boys and girls playing together. Then when they move up to the elementary school, we separate them out and they start tackling and playing boys against boys, girls against girls.
Wow, that's really great to hear. You know, such growth and so many different levels at your program. Please tell us how Carolina Ruggerfest is important to your program and what it does for your program.
This is an amazing tournament. There are 86 teams at this tournament, all youth teams from, I heard, 16 or 17 states. It's just a fantastic opportunity for young people to come together, play against people who they wouldn't otherwise play against, and make fantastic friends with each other. For our program, it's absolutely wonderful. We've got 7 teams here at this tournament, so it's actually hard to keep up to watch all of them going at the same time. It's great to see so many teams in our colors going out there, playing their hearts out, and having a great time. Plus, it's the beginning of the season for us, so all we've done so far is we've had 3 scrimmages. This is really our first test, and I would like to boast we actually won our first game 17-5. We play again at 6:30 tonight. Don't know how we'll do, but I'm feeling pretty confident about our team.
Congratulations. It's great to hear that you already got a win under your belt. Hopefully you'll get one later today. Also tell us a little bit about your coaching career and where it started and where it's going and where you're at now.
Okay, well, I'll tell you where it started. When I was at school in Scotland, I was never a very good rugby player, but my housemaster recognized that I was pretty good at telling people what to do. So he told me to be in charge of my house team. So I was coaching these really good rugby players, and I managed to do a pretty good job, and we ended up winning the house championship. It had really nothing to do with me. It was the great players that I had. Then I started coaching again in the mid-1990s when Mike Lee, who is a very famous coach with Charlotte and us, asked me to be his assistant coach for the Vipers. So I was his assistant for several years. Then I became the co-coach of the Vipers. And then when my 3rd child was born, I had to quit coaching in about the mid-2000s. And I've started back coaching in 2017 when Raleigh asked me, would you like to get back into coaching and coaching the Rattlesnakes? And I said, sure, I would love to. Give me my list of returning players. And there was an awkward silence. I realized, there are no returning players. So last year, we really just had to build and build and build. And this is one of the great things about rugby. Southern Pines was going through the same situation. They didn't have enough to field a team. So last season, 2018, Raleigh and Southern Pines joined forces to play as one team. This year, Raleigh and Southern Pines can split up again and play their own schedule. We have about 23 or 24 players in our roster. They have about the same. We couldn't have done it without Southern Pines. Southern Pines couldn't have done it without us. And that is one of the beautiful features of this fantastic sport.
Yeah, it is great to see families come together, teams come together. It's great to see them all here today at the Carolina Ruggerfest and just seeing it start these new relationships between different teams and everyone can work together and facilitate a winning program. And just great to see. And maybe tell us a little bit about the history of Raleigh Rugby and how it came to be. And
I actually know a bit about the history of Raleigh Rugby. It was founded in 1981. So we're one of the oldest clubs around, and we're very big as well. I actually first joined Raleigh in 1983 or 1984, I can't remember which. I then went to NC State and played for them and rejoined Raleigh in 1989, and I've been a member of this club now for 30 years. And it's absolutely fantastic to see. We used to play on a terrible field behind some elementary school school in Raleigh. We then practiced on the outfield of a baseball field. We then moved to play in a nicer park in North Raleigh, and we were finally able to buy our own land. We have 16 acres of our own land now in Raleigh, 2 full-size pitches, beautiful tall goalposts, irrigation system, scrum machine from England. It's absolutely fantastic. The history of this club is wonderful. We've done tours to New Zealand, Argentina, all over the country, Canada. We've gone to England twice, Scotland, and we're a very successful touring team. In fact, Raleigh has, I'm Scottish, so I'm not sure how proud I am of this. Raleigh has never lost to a Scottish team.
It's great to hear. You know, all the accolades, and it's great to see you continuing the history of Raleigh rugby with the youth. So I'd like to thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.
I'm Brandon Sortman. This is head coach Johnny McWilliam, head coach of the Raleigh Rugby High School Rattlesnakes. We're here live at the Carolina Ruggerfest here today, brought to you by Event Webcasting. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.